His game's going on. He's not going to join.
Virginia Tech plus 5.5. You can keep those points. We don't even need them. 2-1 last night. 2-0 the night before. That thing to break over the middle of the plate.
I think he stepped out either.
Let's go to Arby's.
All right, here we are. No hedge for a Wednesday night. I'm guessing Elio was watching his game. It's my game too. I got it on right here. It's 3-2 in the third. We got Nappy here with us tonight. We're going to talk Thursday night football and props and anything else that we got. So,
Hi. I thought we might have Elio the way that game started, and then that onslaught of goals in the second period. I mean, there may be a hang chart that gets torn. I didn't know if it might get torn live tonight.
It would have been nice, a live, see how it happens, like Hulkamania. Well, here come the Capitals. Yeah. I mean, I know I have the Capitals and the over, so I mean, I'd prefer Washington to score this goal here. But if the game goes over, at least I'm all right. All right. But the Capitals are out shooting them 34-18, 35 probably now. But we'll see if we can pull that in.
How are you looking otherwise tonight? Another win?
Well, there's not a lot of games tonight. So I have this. I have the Blackhawks. I have the over. And then I have a parlay with the Rangers, who the last I saw are losing 1-0. But they had a goalie change late in the day that I didn't see. Not that it matters. They're losing 1-0, but not the goalie who I thought was playing in that Ranger game tonight. So that is a letdown. But let's see what's going on there. Oh, it's 1-0 Arizona in the second. So there's still time there. But that's it. There's only 2 games on the schedule in the NHL. And I'm sorry, there's a third, but it's Seattle Kraken, and I don't play Kraken games yet. And I don't know what's going on with the NHL. They got a lot of COVID. Patrice Bergeron's now on. The Bruins are fucking done.
Yeah.
They have to play the next 6-7 games without Bergeron, Marchand, and Smith. I mean, what's the likelihood they go 500 out of that? But
yeah, it certainly feels like the little run that the Bruins and Celtics had over the last few years, if you want to call it that. I mean, certainly from the Bruins standpoint, but it feels like they're both kind of taking a step back here.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't tell you what the Celtics have done, what they're doing. I'm not a basketball guy, but
I don't know the record. I know enough. I hear enough on the radio and whatnot in between spots that
I haven't even heard anyone talk about them.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going all that well. So I'll pay attention to that stuff during the playoffs
I won't even do that.
If they're decent. And the same with hockey. Although, look, you're coming on every morning. I get cranked up now. I watch the tweets. I mean, you're out there. Your son was behind you. I'm sure you picked up on that. I didn't know if that was like one of those optical illusions. They tell you, like, look at your phone upside down and you'll see an image of Turk's son in the background.
So I had to take that down. Had to come down. I can't have a kid in a video. So, he was just hanging over my shoulder. And usually I don't put the kids in it. But then I said, screw it. He's standing behind me. And I know he's going to make crazy faces.
Mark, did you realize that Keith Kincaid's playing for the Rangers?
And so that's what I just said. Oh, what a save. No, I didn't know that until about 20 minutes.
I don't think I would have taken the Rangers if I knew that.
No, I mean, I wouldn't have either. It's only 1-0, so I'm not sitting here and saying anything about the goalie.
I didn't even realize he got called up, though. Because he's been playing for Hartford for the whole year.
What a save by Samsonov right here for the Capitals. Holy crap. To keep that a 3-2 game. Unfortunately, they're going on a power play. They took a penalty, so they're going on the power play there.
Well, no, I wasn't talking about there was the one you did live with him, but this morning when you were out with the American flag, kind of relish. He was in the background behind the glass.
Oh, he was?
At the end of the video. It's I'm telling you, it's an optical illusion. He just appears like the last 5. Go back and rewatch it. I replied to that tweet earlier. Go back and rewatch it. He just kind of comes into the shot. It's hilarious.
He just shows up everywhere. I'm gonna look right now. I did not know that.
Well, it's like the sun's hitting the reflection, and I had to do like a double take. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
So it's like before school, and he's probably looking for me. And
Yeah, it's like the last 10 seconds of the video. He just kind of like appears, almost like a ghost.
So he's probably gonna say, "Can I have breakfast?" I want some cereal. Oh, that almost trickled in for the shorthand. All right, so Nap, tell us what we got.
Let's go. We always like to go back and look at last week, especially when I just crush it. I mean, between Elio's overs, your hockey this year, and these props, I mean, I really started to put the foot on the gas.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick, can you pull up week 14? There it is. So we just missed. I feel like I say this every week. It really isn't as easy as I'm making it look. But Najee Harris basically blew up a plus 1,200 parlay. The other three hit, and I thought it hit kind of easily. Justin Jefferson, Big Ben over, Cousins over, the Freiermuth over, Conklin hit, which was the first head-to-head we've won all year. We've tried a couple of those. And then my three-team, Elio said he was going to tail it. I don't know if he did. That Chargers, Chiefs, Packers. Packers looked sketchy for a little bit. Otherwise, that was pretty easy.
Oh, I gave when we went on Sunday night. I don't know if you were watching on. I gave you shit on that. I said I know the Packers are in that nappy bullshit parlay and I said I know he's watching, so I'm waiting for you to comment and tell me if the Packers were in it or not.
I didn't. My Sunday got a little out of hand. We had some basketball late in the day and with the kids, and so my whole schedule was starting off. Normally I am live Monday and Sunday night, Monday night watching along, and then and I was telling Patrick before Tuesday and Wednesday I might catch up on sleep nights. So. They covered and it ended up looking, but it was scary. Like you give up a punt returns, kind of crazy shit. So Patrick, come switch that up to week 15 for me, because we're kind of right in the same boat again in terms of number of plays. I don't love this week, and I know the Chiefs very well. I've had Mahomes in Dynasty and in other leagues since before he was starting, when he was backing up Alex Smith. Edwards-Helaire, like that team, I feel like I know really well, kind of like Dallas. I don't love a lot of the options that are out there this week. Mahomes rushing touchdown, I just like the value, plus 320. A lot of the quarterbacks that can run, you see that number like 150, 200, 250. 320 to me just seems like an extra 100 just cuz. So I'm not saying like there's a reason it's plus 320, but it feels like that's a mispriced line. That's what we always try to talk about, right? The other two that I like, again, not that I necessarily like the overs, I like the lines. 2.5 over 2.5 passing for both quarterbacks. So last week, just to put it into perspective, we had Cousins and Roethlisberger both over 1.5. They were minus 120-ish. So now you add another touchdown, obviously better quarterbacks. Plus 160, plus 145. I like the odds. The bet I like the most, which we can't put in the parlay, is because you can't do totals on receptions on Barstool. But I like Edwards-Helaire over 2.5 catches. He's had 3 catches this last 2 games. He's healthy. He gets usually 3 to 5 targets. I think this is going to be a little bit of a shootout. They're going to be passing more than they have the last few weeks. That number to me is way too low. I think it should be like 4.5 or 5. And you're getting plus 120. So I love that. 3. So those are just for the Thursday night games. If you bundle them up and you put just 3 in a parlay, and I wouldn't do this for a unit, right? But, you plus 2,500, you could certainly do it small. Mahomes goes over 2.5. Herbert goes over 2.5, and then obviously you need Mahomes to run one in. So you basically need 4 touchdowns from Mahomes. They have a way of kind of putting up points in these division games. He has a way of putting up points in night games, primetime games. I wouldn't play that for a normal unit because I don't think we've done a plus 2,500. I think we did a plus 6,000 once. Obviously, if it's plus 2,500, the odds aren't great. I don't expect it to hit. So if you had to do one thing, parlay versus individual, I'd play them individually. I don't like this in terms of when we put a puzzle piece together because you basically need, like, if you think the game's going to go this way, you should also pound the over, right? And I don't even know what the total is, but it's
50. It's 52.
Yeah. So that over would hit in this scenario, right? You know, and there's ways to do this. I know it's the no head show. You if you do $100 parlay on the under, then $100 parlay on this, it's kind of like a risk-free bet in a lot of ways, right? Unless you think there's going to be a lot of rushing touchdowns or defensive touchdowns, that sort of thing. So that's another way to play that. 3 that I really like. The last graphic I'm going to have Patrick pull up, that defensive player of the year. Okay, I mentioned this last week. First of all, another, as I like to do in honor of Teddy, another Teddy Sarandis round of applause, really for me, for giving Micah Parsons plus 320 to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, Week 4. He's such a lock, it's off the board. He's now the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year, plus 250. I wouldn't put my money there. I mentioned last week, Judon at plus 1,500. Stranger things have happened. I don't think Diggs wins. I don't think Donald wins. My money would be on Myles Garrett if it was like my last dollar and I had to win. If I had to put it on someone right now, TJ Watt's a little banged up, but Matt Judon for 1,500. Like, to throw a dart at one, you know,
especially if the Patriots keep winning and he keeps playing the way he's playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Why not? So, you know, that's not a pound the table. I love it. Obviously, plus 1,500. It's, you know, we also, I noticed on Barstool, the Saints to make the playoffs, plus 355. That one jumps out at me. So if you look at the Saints, you know, for the odds, but if you look at the Saints right now, they are, give me 1 second. They are.
So I know they're in Tampa this weekend.
They're going to lose,
but
that's going to put them to, I believe, 6-8. Okay, they're without Ramchuk and Armstead, 2 of their best linemen. I don't know what their status is this week. I don't know how long they're going to be out. I'm expecting them back, but they finished the year Miami, Carolina, Atlanta. Taysom Hill's played well. A classic, too, by the way. I had Taysom Hill to score a touchdown last Thursday night. We lose it. And basically, it was what almost hit that parlay because CeeDee Lamb got tackled at the 1, and we would have had a monster night. He scores 2 rushing touchdowns the week after. You know, we give that one up on a Thursday night. But anyway, Taysom Hill's back in the starting role. Kamara's back. I think they beat Miami. I think they beat Carolina. I think they beat Atlanta. That puts them at 9-8. If you look at the NFC playoff picture and who's ahead of them in schedules, I just think plus 355 for them to, I mean, you're basically betting they're going to win 3 in a row. So I guess the odds are right, but you have other options. Maybe they lose, but someone else loses. I just like that bet. Sean Payton's there. The Saints usually get in. Plus 355 right now, I like. And then the last one, little bit better odds this week on the 3-team sucker money line parlay. We have 49ers in there, and they are
they're home with Atlanta. Yeah,
-9. We have Dallas at the Giants. I think Fromm might start at quarterback there. That's a win for Dallas. And then Miami, only because the Jets were the one team to blow up the one loss I had in these 3-team parlays this year. Miami home against the Jets. The line on that is 10, I believe.
10, yeah. Yep.
So those 3, 100 wins, 91. You know, like I said, I think we're at this time of year where the bad teams just either they start injured reserving their guys, right? Elijah Moore, the wide receiver for the Jets, is on IR. They probably shut him down for the year. You just get into this mode, right? The Giants, Barkley didn't practice today. They don't give a shit. Judge is probably gone. And in Atlanta, they're toast. So you just, I don't know. I feel it's at the end of the year, these 3-team parlays, week 16, 17, and 18, I feel like the winning percentage is like 85% if you pick the right, you know, obviously you're going to pick the right 3, but
yeah,
it's, you can mix and match and do 2 or 3 of them and hit them all. I just think,
I mean, yeah, you probably don't expect the Jets to go into. I mean, it's a divisional game, but you probably don't expect the Jets to go in there and beat Miami, who are playing better now. I mean, they're all divisional games you got there. Cowboys, Giants, and what was the last one? Falcons, Niners. So that's not a divisional game. Yeah. So, but yeah, they're all big. They're all big spreads.
And what's the incentive for these guys to win? Right? These teams all suck. They need high draft picks. If every game they win, they go from 3rd to 8th in the draft pick or
well, the incentive I would say is if you're one of the guys on the team, what do you care about the draft pick? The draft pick is or the free agent, those are the guys to replace you. But I mean, I know what you're saying. I mean, it's not so much the incentive; it's the win. It's just that it's a fucking grind of a game to go through, and you probably don't have that emotional edge in there because at the end of the day, the game doesn't. Whether you win or lose, you're not playing for a spot.
Well, no, think what if you're the Giants, right? And I get they don't care about the draft. I'm not saying Saquon Barkley's out there like, geez, I hope we get the 3rd pick instead of the 6th pick. I'm going to stop after a yard gain. But they have an offensive coordinator.
Let me stop.
There we go.
Tie game.
There we go.
I mean, I've been sitting here watching this with one eye in the thing, and they have been dominating. We finally got the goal, so we tied it up. So we hit the over. Elio hit the over. Now I just
he might be coming on now.
Huh? He should be coming on. He's probably
coming on. I'd like to see some Haynes Cotton actually get torn.
Yeah, he'll probably come on, and he's probably screaming. The guy got hooked down too, and the Rangers just tied it up too. So let's go. Sorry to interrupt, but I'm watching it live. This is a live show. This is a live show. You get live reaction.
Stacking units. You can't stack units if you're not trying to clip winners.
That's right. Lars Eller, 3rd straight game with a goal. Attaboy, Lars.
So like with the Giants, right? It's like you got Barkley who's got a bad ankle, bad knee. Joe Judge is going to get fired. Jason Garrett's already been fired.
Is he going to get fired?
I think so. I mean, Gettleman's gone, the GM, right? He's going to be gone after the team's in fucking shambles. So there's no way that they're going to beat Dallas. The
only way they beat Dallas is because the Dallas coach is such a fucking moron.
Well, I don't love
anything is possible.
No, I know. And look, Dak could get hurt and stuff. But I don't know. So I don't know. There's the middle part of the year that I worry about these 3-team parlays. But at the end of the day, what do you lose? Even you lose 100 to win 90. It's not like you're taking each money line.
Yeah.
Right. I'd rather do it like this and just pound every money line or lay those points. Or do a two-team tease. This is just easy. You set it and forget it.
Set it, forget it.
You know,
this is Judge's 2nd year, right?
Yes, that was a disaster. I mean, he just looks lost. They
Yeah,
signed Kenny Golladay to huge money. He hasn't scored a touchdown all year. He's been hurt half the year.
Yeah, it's such a when you fire a guy after 2 years, I really feel like it's just. I mean, listen, if you made the wrong hire, you made the wrong hire. But and you're probably right. The GM is gone. So if you're the owner, to me, I was like, if you're the GM and you're coming to an owner, and after 2 years you're saying, we got to replace the coach. My first question is maybe I should fucking replace you because you're the guy who picked this guy, and now 2 years later you're telling me I got to get rid of a guy. I still got to pay this piece of shit. Now I got to find somebody else. So maybe it's not the coach. Maybe it's you.
How many years was Patricia in Detroit? Was it 2 or 3?
2.5.
Okay.
So Belichick sends these guys out. For the most part, they all fail. And then they all come back.
He's back. He's like a special advisor.
I don't know what his job is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's speculation that, I don't think Patricia's the guy who's going to take over for him. I personally think it's his son. I think Bill is going to stay here. He's obviously going to try to chase Shula down, which he could do in less than 2 years, depending on how many games the Patriots win in the next. But I think he's going to stick around another 3 or 4 years. McDaniels probably will be gone unless Kraft is going to really bump up the money and say, you're the guy. If McDaniels gets another shot, I think he jumps. And I think Bill's lining it up for his kid.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think McDaniels is definitely gone based on this year. Yeah. But statistically, right? I'm not blown away. We have the debate with buddies of mine like Mac Jones. We've talked about this on the show, Jamar Chase and Mac Jones. Jamar Chase, by the way, last week, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, Pepsi Rookie of the Week for the 5th time. Mac Jones hasn't won it once. Jamar Chase has won it 5 times. No one else has it more than 2 times. But it's not like what he's doing offensively is like blowing the doors off, right? But they're winning games, and he's going to get credit for that. So I will say this, and I know you probably haven't watched it, and you probably said I'm not going to watch it. And that was kind of my view. I've kind of been Brady'd out. I don't know if I mentioned it. I don't think I mentioned this last week. The Man in the Arena on ESPN.
I've not watched that. No, I have not.
It's more of a Patriots focused chronicle of each title year than it is Brady. In fact, Brady probably doesn't talk the most. So I'm 2 episodes in. Episode 1 is all Willie McGinnis and Drew Bledsoe. If there was ever an episode the Turk needs to watch, the Bledsoe honk, that is the one.
I love Willie McGinnis too.
It is awesome. I'm just telling you, it's 54 minutes. It's
okay.
Not
so if it's not a Brady, I love Brady fest.
I'm telling you. And then the second one, and I'm only halfway through, so I've watched 1.5. Is Rodney Harrison and Lawyer Malloy and the whole trade to Buffalo. It reminds me. You probably didn't watch. But it reminds me of The Last Dance, the 10-part 30 for 30 that they did on the Bulls and Jordan and Phil Jackson.
No, I didn't watch that either.
It's phenomenal. If you're a Pats fan, it's outstanding. I think they oversold it. Like when Brady did the Facebook thing, I'm kind of like, and I'm more in Elio's camp, but even I'm like kind of Brady'd out. I think what's made it a little easier to watch this year is like the Pats are good again. And so as long as the Pats are good, like I don't think last year was just the Pats sucked so bad, and then he went on and won the Super Bowl. It created this weird dynamic. I think now the Pats are good. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And it was good. I was surprised.
Yeah, the thing about him that I don't really, and it's the thing that I don't understand that some big Yahoo Brady fans can't pick up on is the change in person that he is. Like this was a guy through his first 10 years here. Steered away from everything. Remember, people used to shit on Peyton Manning all the time. God, he's on every single commercial, and Brady used to say he turned down commercials. The guy is everywhere now. He's doing shows about himself. It's just a total change in person.
Yes.
Who he is.
No, I agree with that. This is different than that Facebook one, though. And I did watch the Facebook one.
Blackhawks just scored.
Now, so you got to have the package at the house as well, right? Or you watch it on the internet?
I'm watching ESPN Plus.
Oh, so there you go. That's where the Brady thing is. You already have the channel.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I did I watched the Facebook. I'm with you. Look, Brady, he's selling like he does his diet book and then he does Subway ads. So I get it. It's a little.
Well, that fat guy used to get us. He'd walk to Subway and get himself a sandwich and walk home, and that's how he lost 200 pounds.
Jared, yeah, he's in prison now. I think.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think they're gonna try to tie him into anything.
So, do we have anything? Is Elio on the Twitter?
I just saw him screaming and yelling into the screen. I don't know what. I didn't turn the volume on because we were on. I don't know what he's saying.
Yeah.
But that sucks because if the fucking Capitals win, here come the Blackhawks 2-on-1. And I'm telling you, the goalie made a couple of ridiculous saves for Washington to keep that going, but it was a power play. It was a nice play, nice setup. Looks like Andre Fleury just robbed Capitals right there. So, what are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do?
Well, listen, you can't go 5-1 every night. You can't.
No, you can't. You can't. But I was hoping to go.
We did. You did hit the Sony Michelle over on Sunday.
So I did. I actually took 2 props. It was a Monday night, right?
Yeah, Monday night.
I don't put any of those out because those are just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I saw you put the 89.5, and I assumed it was rushing yards. Then I looked at my thing. I'm like, well, I got 70.5, and I'm like, I know we talked about the discrepancies. I'm like, I'm going to grab this. And then you mentioned to me that yours was total yards. I'm like,
mine lost. Yours hit.
So yours lost because I only won by a few yards, not by a lot.
No, he was 9 over. He had 50 at halftime. I would have thought for sure it would have hit. I actually didn't watch. Like I said, I was out of whack this weekend, and I ended up going to
I
bed.
actually watched that game.
Yeah, I didn't see the whole thing. I saw the box score in the morning, and then I forget what else I had. I tweeted out again. There were a couple long shots. The way I'll play those is it was Sony Michel to score the first touchdown. It was
Yeah.
600. And
I
then
took Beckham anytime score.
nice. So you get them both.
No, I went 2-0 in the things. I lost the under though on a I mean, it's 4th and 8 at their own 12. If they stop him, I hit.
Yeah.
Or if they only let him pick up 10 yards on the play and not complete a 50-yard pass, I still have a really good chance of hitting. But it is what it is. They give up a 50-yard bomb. I don't understand how you do it, but
are you aware? So these Elio videos, by the way, are better I think with no volume. If you actually just watch.
Well, that's what I just did. I was watching him, and I already know what he's saying. I don't need to watch it.
Well, the headline says, "I just went." It looks like the shirt stayed on, the chain stayed on.
Yeah, here he is. I'm watching it now. Yeah.
Did you notice Twitter started to put closed captions on your
last night? No, I see on this one Elio's doing it's not there. But yeah, I've had a couple of videos where it's got captions upon it.
They probably can't make him out. That's probably the issue. They probably can't. He looks jacked up and up. Does he wake the whole house? Like if I did that, I'd wake everyone up.
I don't know how he does it over there because he's not in his basement. He's in his main floor, so he's right below all the bedrooms, and he's screaming and yelling with a 2-year-old he's been telling me has not been sleeping great lately. And this is why his wife probably Jess is probably like, Elio, will you shut up? He's down right below the stairs, like in his house.
I was gonna say I can see the Christmas tree.
I think I know where so he's right next to the stairs and he's screaming into the phone here.
Yeah. No.
And this is a long rant.
Yeah, no, it is. 21 seconds worth.
21 seconds. Okay, so it's probably on a loop that I've watched.
Yeah, no.
And he's very passionate about whatever he's talking about. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably where he is right now. He's probably trying to put kids back to bed, and Jess is probably saying, "Jesus Christ."
Yeah.
He's always says he's like, I'm a crazy person. I'm like, I don't know what you fly off the handle there, but he is fun. He enjoys it. It's kind of funny. This is the only sport he didn't play, yet it's the one he watches more than any sport.
So I missed him on Saturday. Totally random. I happened to catch one of his tweets. He said he was going to some big gymnastics tournament.
Yeah.
It was a rainy, shitty day. We were trying to find something to do with the kids, no sports. So we took him over to the spot where the tournament was. We didn't know the tournament was there. We thought like arcade, go-karts. It's like one of these huge sports complexes where there's basketball courts, indoor soccer, everything. And so I got over there and I texted him and I said, hey, you didn't happen to be here. And I missed him by a couple hours. I think the thing was going on all day. But it would have been funny if I just kind of accidentally.
Oh, really? Yeah, he was there. His daughter was in it. I think his niece was in it too, I think. Trying to find. Yeah,
it was pretty intense, whatever it was.
Yeah, those things are, and they're long.
Like the judges had like their own room.
People throwing bananas and oranges at you.
Well, and it was almost like the
that happened to me playing high school hockey, playing Linfield. We beat them, and their fans threw they threw all kinds of fruits at us.
So
all kinds of stuff on the ice.
So we would do that. I had a buddy that his dad managed Shaw's deli, the deli counter. And we would get not like octopus, but we just get all like rotten meat and
really.
Yeah, we'd sneak it into games. I think enough time's gone by now. I'm not gonna get in trouble. We'd toss things out. Not at the players, just on we don't want to get anyone hurt.
Yeah, well,
but we'd throw it onto the ice. Everyone got a kick out of that. You don't see that done anymore at the high school level. Probably get bounced.
Bounced.
Well, that's good, clean fun.
It used to be good, clean fun. So you throw it. So you throw a half pound of roast beef.
I mean, they think it's fun.
There are more tornadoes tonight? Jesus Christ. Look out for tornadoes now. I never used to have to pay attention to this stuff. Now I got to look out for tornadoes. Well, All right, Nap. I guess I guess he's not going to join. We've hit our 30-minute.
Yep. We'll do it again next week. Hold on. Let me take a quick look at the schedule. So we have we may need to do a shift around. So this is week 15. The playoffs will have the props right through, but I'm trying to think of week 15. I think week 18 there's no Thursday night game. That's correct. The last week of the season.
They don't have one the last week? Okay.
No. So we got 2 more weeks where we get a Thursday night game. We have week 17, I don't think we have one either. No, because you know why? They moved to Saturday night.
Really?
Yeah, so next week is the last Thursday night game. It is the Titans and
Oh, look who's here.
Hey,
the Niners.
So next week is the last Thursday night game?
There he is. Yeah, Thursday night. The last one is unless one can get flexed to Thursday, but I don't think so. So we'll talk about, maybe we'll do like the Friday before the Saturday games or the Thursday before the Saturday games. Whenever you guys have a hole, we'll figure it out. And then we have playoffs will be Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, I think because they don't want to give a team a 10 day off, that advantage, right? We're a short week. So they try to normalize it.
We got a minute to go here. Got a goalie pulled, and I need a goal.
What do you need? Washington?
I had Washington.
Well, let me tell you, the refs they fixed the game.
It was a tough tripping penalty they called it. I'm watching it.
No, but did you watch the second period? Like there was multiple penalties that should have been on Chicago that they never called.
No, we got 49 seconds. We've set up. We got a 6-on-5. I don't like that play right there, but the Blackhawks, I think, just iced the puck. Icing. 39 seconds to go. Come on, Sean.
Nappy, I took your parlay. Thank you.
Good. I was hoping, got a little sketchy Sunday night, but I was hoping you were in on that.
I wasn't nervous. Chicago does that all the time with Green Bay.
Well, they were crazy plays, right? These long passes, punt returns. It's like, what is going on, right? And you felt like, at home, it would kind of fix itself. I was a little nervous about the Rodgers foot thing, but he's going
to. Chicago just can't beat Green Bay. They just can't do it. How did your other shit do?
5-1, 4-1 if you don't count the parlay. So 4-1 on props. We just missed that Najee Harris the plus 1,200. If Najee Harris went under, that 1,200 parlay hit. So it was a good week.
So the only one you didn't hit was the Najee.
That was it.
And what you had him under and it went over?
Yeah, it went over by a lot. He was like 90 yards. I had him at 70. So it went over. I think it could have been under and it could have hit, and the whole game would have still fit together. But listen, I'm not. Like I said to Turk, Turk's going 6-1. You're hitting these overs every night. We're crushing props. I mean, what more can people ask for?
No, I know.
It's a very profitable show.
2 final questions for me, Turk. We have the Turk Sports prototype.
Oh, the hats are coming.
But they're not. You don't actually have. It's going to be the exact same one you've been wearing.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah, I should have them in about 2 weeks. I think.
Did the Sheeling guy give you the estimate?
No, he hasn't been here yet.
Because I noticed you were down in the basement at Elio's. Like, this fucking guy loves the exposed ceiling. He just can't get enough.
Down at Tony? Is the Tony's ceiling exposed? I've only been in the Tony's basement for 22 years. Is it exposed?
No, I mean, there's no.
Score! They scored with 3 seconds left. Oh,
yeah! They deserve it. I'm telling you.
There we go, Chark.
Yes.
What do you have?
I got the Capitals. Then I have the Capitals in a parlay with the Rangers. Oh, but my parlay's regulation.
Yeah,
all
regulation.
Right, parlay's dead.
But you have them for straight.
I do have them straight bet.
Okay.
Yeah, my parlay's regulation. That's right. So parlay's dead. But we could still hit this and salvage the night. This is a great pass by Ovechkin. He shoots the puck in, and he shoots the defender's stick with it. Defender's stick goes over the net, puck goes in the net.
I see it, yeah. Chicago, besides 40 seconds, Washington dominated this game.
It's a
They
tough one.
scored 3 goals in 35 seconds.
What are they looking at? God damn it! What are they looking at? Fucking hate replay.
No,
I gotta unmute.
Players are put under review by situation in trial, checking the offside on the entry into the zone.
Oh, Turk.
Offsides of a play that.
Show you right here what we're looking at. You can see the puck.
Oh, and he's offsides.
The question is
Well-
does he have control?
He's offsides.
so it's one of those centimeter things.
But it's all about what they deem
Oh.
to be control. Now, Mike, this isn't going to be the popular opinion, but to me, that looks like he has control as he enters the zone.
This guy is
I
saying
believe
that
that's
it should be.
Or is
It
that
should
TJ
count.
Oshie? Hard for me to tell. Looks like it might be TJ Oshie, but that's what they're looking at, and ultimately, that's going to be what the decision has to be.
Well, you can
Does he have
celebrate
This
all
this
That's
rule
gonna be a
it
judgment call
absolutely
here by
sucks. This
the
rule.
officials.
It's by a centimeter. This is not what the rule's supposed to be. This is not what the rules. He's offsides by like 2 inches, and this is not what the rule. This is not what you're
Now
supposed.
they're saying he might not be offsides. It's dependent on his when he has possession of the puck.
Let's see.
Let's see what he says.
Upon review of the play, it has been determined that it is a good goal.
Oh, they counted it.
Go, Turk.
They should. That should be good. They
I'm
should
telling
be-
you, we brought a lot of live reaction to this show tonight. A lot of live reaction, which is kind of what I like. That's why we wanted Elio to come on. We were hoping you'd rip your shirt on live.
Listen, I
You
physically.
could be muted, Elio. You could be muted. I don't care. We just want.
No, I'm not a nice. Listen,
Elio, I just watched your video 3 times. I have no idea what you said. We analyzed it while you were doing it.
I'm not human. I
So
can't.
the question that we have is, how many kids did you wake up?
I go in certain spots, so I sort
I
of
know where you were in your house. You were in the living room behind the
You see
kitchen.
the Christmas tree.
Yeah, right.
So
here.
you're right next to the stairs, Elio. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're yelling, it's traveling
I'm
up.
not yelling though. It's sort of like a quiet yell.
Okay, so it's just an aggressive tone. It's
Yeah,
not.
it's an aggressive tone. It's an
Okay.
aggressive tone. I'm a sick person. Put it this way. I got up to get a drink, okay, and they scored a goal in the second period. I never sat down the rest of the night
Yeah,
because
they look good since the start.
they scored 3 goals and 3 or 4 goals in 35 seconds. So
I know, I saw
I had
that.
to stand for period 2 and period 3, and I'm still standing. I'm still walking around.
A lot of times I watch the Patriots like that. I
Yeah.
stand up throughout the whole game. That's why I watch them by myself usually here. My
But
kids make fun of me, but
I'm losing. What I'm losing is I'm losing track on which games are supposed to go under and which games are not, because the first period they hit 2 posts, they had 4 power plays and like so many chances, but they got no goals. And then the second period comes and it's sort of similar, and they get 5 goals in the second period. So I'm just gonna keep riding it, but I don't know which ones go under, which ones go over. I guess I'm just gonna keep going over, right?
I mean, it's been tough to hit unders lately because you
Wow.
get games like that.
And
Wow.
then I get a little nervous though, because they go 12 minutes in the third period without a goal. So I'm like, all right, well, it's probably
And there were a lot of chances.
oh, there was so many chances.
A lot of Samsonov made some really nice saves. I think Fleury made some nice
Remember
saves.
that? Yeah, the
There were some good defensive plays with guys who had pucks and
So
good
then you
places.
banking on the empty net, which you still can't get. You get me a
No, you can't get. I mean, I didn't like last night. The Bruins game, they lost. That game didn't go over, and it was 4-0 after 2.
yeah.
And I walked into my son's room. He's like, "Bruins lost. They even pulled the goalie, and they didn't score." I'm like, "Oh, they pulled the goalie, huh?" You know, again, I don't want to be like, couldn't even get an empty net. What the hell's the matter with Vegas? But let's see, Capitals. Oh, we lost control of it, Oshie.
All right, guys, I'm done. I'll see you. Good luck.
Yeah,
everybody.
we've been on for 40 minutes, so we can hang it up here.
All right. Good
All
luck.
right, gentlemen.
See ya.
Good luck, guys.